Other interesting cultural news, you have the Vermont Department of Education saying that it's time to stop using terms like sons and daughters because they're not inclusive. This comes to us thanks to the good old libs of TikTok and the good old X Twitter. And she says, quote, the Vermont Department of Education put out a post informing families that they shouldn't call their child son or daughter because it isn't inclusive enough. Yes, this is real. And hilariously enough, the Vermont Department of Health publicly posted this. It looks like they did it on X Twitter. And this is from the Vermont Department of Health. Say, quote, the language we use matters. When talking about family, it's important to use terms that cover the many versions of what family can look like. Sign up for our monthly health equity newsletter, tips, and more. I guess we should be surprised also that they have a little animated graphic of a family, and there's only 2 adults and 1 child. I'm actually surprised at that. Granted, maybe in a couple fiscal quarters, I'll be deemed hateful, and I have to change that graphic as well. Now, they have a little infographic that says inclusive language for families. And they say, quote, use child or kid instead of daughter or son. This is gender neutral and can describe a child who may not be someone's legal son or daughter. Say family members instead of household members. Not all families live in the same house. Yeah, well, I guess if the father's on military leave, that'd be an outlier. So they say, quote, think divorced or incarcerated parents, step siblings, etc. Yeah, probably not. So they want us to use more favorable language to be more accepting of those situations. As a society, it seems pretty mentally vacuous to encourage those types of negative situations. And again, we can't think culturally. Look at the slippery slope, no longer theory, fact. As soon as the government started to attack the nuclear family by incentivizing mechanisms that would actually tear them apart, there's a lot more crime, a lot more drug use, a lot more bad things in society in the United States. Can't but think we should probably, if anything, from a cultural perspective, encourage nuclear families. Now, they also say, quote, state family rather than extended family. What? They say, quote, often grandparents, aunts, uncles, and cousins are important parts of the core family unit. What? Is this just more Marxism? They just want to talk everything's the family? I mean, I'm not sure if they've never seen a dictionary or if the dictionaries have rewritten themselves in true Orwellian fashion as they do from time to time. Look at you, Webster. Now they say, quote, again, often grandparents. I mean, that's quite literally the definition of an extended family. I mean, how mentally vacuous are these people or corrupt? I mean, quite literally, your family is, your parents. I mean, yeah, your parents, siblings, then your wife, your kids. Then the extended is literally, I mean, the aunts, uncles, I mean, grandparents. And then they say hashtag health equity tip. Yeah. Government's getting more bizarre as we go on every day. Got 1 million views though, went pretty viral. And also got 25,000 likes. One of the first comments coming from Gunther Eagleman saying, quote, this shit is insanity, getting 1.4 thousand likes. AKA also says, what's wrong with these people? Typical liberal state, getting 462 likes. Libercat Media TM says, oh, Vermont, do your inclusivity. And it's an infographic, or rather just a picture, actually. It says, DEI must DIE, unquote, getting 519 likes. Paul Zupa also says, don't raise children in Vermont, getting 866 likes. The Texas one says, Democrats love government being their daddy from cradle to grave, getting 469 likes. Yeah, there's a lot of money to be made there. And you can't look at the statistics. Once the government started giving money to single parents, especially you look at the rates in single motherhoods, the rates exponentially increased after the government set up those mechanisms, which is why I personally always think the most effective way to help out communities and people in those unusual and sad situations is always best done on a local level through your local nonprofit or your local church or just your local people in the neighborhood, which is overwhelmingly infinitely more effective than the government. I also have Craig Chamberlain saying, quote, the only conclusion I can draw is that the progressiveness can't pronounce anything today. However, you click the subscribe button, it may very well help with my speaking aptitudes. Can't help but notice when I first started the show, I had no subscribers, and yet, as I slowly but surely gained more subscribers, I've become better at speaking. Not a lot, some might argue just a modicum of improvement, but an improvement nevertheless, so if you can click that button, I would greatly appreciate it. Again, Craig Chamberlain says, quote, the only conclusion I can draw is that progressivism generally breaks people's ability to think rationally or coherently, or makes them comfortable with not thinking rationally or coherently, unquote, getting 551 likes. Actually, St. Clair, somebody says WTF, getting 264 likes. Any contrarian statements here? Not too many contrarian statements at all, actually, now I keep scrolling. Someone simply has the Elon meme where it says, go after yourself, getting 30 likes. I was going to say, I guess, most likely none of us live in Vermont, heaven forbid. But if you are a listener from Vermont, your tax dollars at work. And yeah, can't but wonder if this will ever get pushed back, or if this will just be culturally more accepted and more widespread in the United States. I'm a little skeptical, but we keep seeing more and more of these types of posts. But let me know in the comments, because as always, be fascinated to hear what you have to say. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in. Again, try to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month. So if you can click that button, I really appreciate it. Also, give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, or comment. It's a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how I can make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe, fight the good fight.